speaking about another nationwide aspect of living not only in the United States but also around the world, we have some news regarding X, formerly known as Twitter. As according to CBSNews.com, Elon Musk announced this week that his company is considering the implementation of, quote, a small payment plan to use the social media platform. Mr. Musk was having a conversation with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about artificial intelligence, saying the idea could mitigate or prevent the number of bots on the platform from increasing. Mr. Musk's meeting with Netanyahu comes at weeks after he threatened to sue the Anti-Defamation League for accusing him and his platform of anti-Semitism. X has over 550 million monthly users and about 100 to 200 million posts being circulated daily. But Mr. Elon did not specify if that includes posts from bots or what the cost would be if this payment plan were to be set up. He said, quote, "We're actually going to come up with a lower tier pricing. This is a longer discussion, but in my view, this is the only defense against the vast armies of bots." And yeah, in Elon's regard, right? If you're owning a really, really popular social media tech company, this is definitely also a big concern, right? I mean, these bots, we as college students, we deal with them all the time, right, guys? You deal with bots all the time. And when I read the story,
Are you telling me that I'm dealing with that?
I'm just saying it's a common occurrence.
Oh, those pesky bots.
You know what? We can ban the bots, but we can't ban the brain dead tape.
No, I mean, when I read the story, you know, I would think like Elon Musk has definitely a lot of money. I would bring up the idea, like, wouldn't an investment toward like maybe seeing how these bots are formed or how like they get spread is maybe more research into that, because
There's a lot of things that he can do that make more sense than what he's doing, Aiden. But you
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
here we are.
if this were to get implemented, it's where do we I think, you know, definitely 550 million monthly users would probably decrease, because I'm taking a participatory culture class right now, right, about social media, and just this past week we were speaking about specific types of social media apps, which are almost they create themselves as like an exclusive entity, right? Meaning you either have to pay to use it, or you can only be invited to use it by another user who is already paying for it, right? And that's fine. I mean, people if they want to spend the money, they could do that. But like with a website like Twitter, so many people on it, I feel like if this were to be implemented, it would definitely bring some drastic effects to the way that it functions with people on it every day, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I really think this is a disgusting abuse of power from Elon Musk.
Is the whole Twitter blue thing not the same though? Like, I feel like we're
Yeah, but to then, I mean, first of all, yeah, for him to implement that and to make people have this incentive to pay when like there really is no reason to. Verification existed before he did that. And then to talk about implementing a charge for every user is crazy when he does not need to do that. I mean, it's so it feels like he is just
what am I gonna do with my 7 alternative accounts that I used to hate on people on Twitter?
Yeah, I don't know. He is greedy, and that is so obvious with what he is trying to do with Twitter.
Yeah, I mean,
Twitter.
we have another story here from Forbes.com regarding Elon, what we were talking about, like with this inevitable like change of technology. It says that Elon Musk Neuralink wants volunteers for first human trial of its brain.
Sign me up. Put me on the list.
Plankton,
Just by myself.
Literally.
kale,
Yeah.
plankton.
Just gonna have a bucket on your head with a big X.
No, this yeah, I mean, whether we like it or not, technology is gonna evolve maybe into some drastic ways. I mean, not even like beyond paying for this. If it gets implemented, but beyond that, because Elon is definitely one of those people who has a lot of money and power to kind of shift these kind of things, right? So I definitely think what you said is interesting, Gwen, in the fact that a lot of people may not like this, because I know if this does get implemented, probably before. And related to what's going on in a more broader sense here in the university in Montclair State, this week Hispanic Heritage Month began, and it goes from September 15th to October 15th. And on Monday, Montclair State honored the month with its annual flag raising ceremony and dedicated a special theme this year to Hispanic Heritage Month, which is Latinx's just driving prosperity, power, and progress in America. President Jonathan Capel was present, along with students and staff, and even New Jersey Senate Majority Leader M. Teresa Ruiz, who represents District 29, which encompasses Essex County and particularly the city of Newark, to give speeches. The Office of Hispanic Initiatives and Hispanic and Latinx student and faculty organizations were also present. And Katia Paz Goldfarb, an associate provost for Hispanic Initiatives, said, quote, "This month gives an opportunity to share, recognize, and celebrate de donde venimos y la donde vamos," which translates to where we come from and where we are going, as an intrinsic part of society. And as always, this is something that I'd say our beloved campus of Montclair State does really well with honoring different cultures, right? Because it's Montclair is definitely a Hispanic serving institution. To get back to that, they have this type of ceremony to honor all the different, I would say, cultures, different organizations on campus, and it really shows. I think they care about the student body, right? Especially with an elected official taking time out of their day to come and celebrate, right? I say that's pretty cool. That definitely, yeah. And just like throughout, doesn't matter what time of the year it is, I just Montclair State does a really fantastic job of recognizing what kind of throughout the semesters, what cultures to honor, and they definitely really did a great job this year for Hispanic Heritage Month with President Capel, the face of Montclair State, taking time out of his day to run a university and honor the Hispanic population, not only from students but also faculty as well. And I think we should be grateful for that, even if we don't share in that culture. We can still feel the importance that presence of honoring what they do for our campus each and every semester. And with that, listeners, we are going to move into what's going on in the world of music with our segment host, Gwen. What's going on?
Oh, wow. Let me tell you. Well, first off, WMSC Promotions has a bunch of exciting concert ticket giveaways live on the website right now. And we have two that close this week. So let me tell you about them. The first show is Neon Trees, a rock band from Utah. The concert is September 25th at Irving Plaza. And then the second show is Movements, a post-hardcore band from California. The concert is September 27th at Brooklyn Steel. The Neon Trees giveaway runs until this Friday, September 22nd, and the Movements giveaway runs until this Sunday, September 24th. And in addition to these two, there are 13 other giveaways on our website. How exciting. So here are a few of the highlights. Faye Webster, an indie artist from Georgia, Machine Girl, an electronic duo from New York, and we have the Front Bottoms, a rock band from New Jersey. And if you're interested in any of these shows, you can participate in the giveaways and get all the information on our website, wmscradio.com. And we also have some cool local shows in this area this weekend. Tomorrow, Montclair State University's very own girl band will be performing at Crossroads. They'll be joined by Christina Clare, Honey Hayes, and the Pinups.
Make sure you pass. It's an unlucky number, say another number.
Good.
Hey yo, this is Monoskin. Good morning. You're listening to the Morning Buzz.
Buongiorno. This morning, we want to say hello to our new massive Italian fan base. That's right. We posted a clip of an interview with Italian rock icons, Måneskin, and we are now Italy's favorite campus radio station. Coming up next, our exclusive interview with Måneskin. They talk about their music, fashion, tour, latest single, and learn from our reporters some New York City and New Jersey slang.
Måneskin is an Italian rock band from Rome, founded in 2016. They're known for their songs I Want to Be Your Slave, Supermodel, and Mamma Mia. They have also covered the song Beggin' by the Four Seasons and have turned it into a smash hit. On behalf of the College Radio News Network, Jared Talbert and Emily McCormack of WMSC sat down with the band. Their new album is out now, and their Rush World Tour hits North America on September 21st to a sold-out Madison Square Garden.
Hello for 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is the voice of your music director, Emily Emo McCormack, and today I'm with
Jared Tauber, DJ, Dr. DJ.
And we are not in our studio in Upper Montclair. We're actually at the Hard Rock Hotel in New York City, and we are joined with award-winning guest Måneskin. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We're so excited to talk to you today.
We just came back from seeing you perform in Times Square, which was awesome. Whose idea was it to do a pop-up show in like one of New York's most visible areas?
Well, we always loved playing on the street. So every time we get the chance to do this kind of things, we always do. We started up as buskers, and also in Italy, like the first times, even when we were getting bigger, but we had to play new songs for the first time. We used to play it on the street. So it's been something that has never left us. So when our label told us that we had the chance to do this, we were like, of course.
Yeah, like kind of paying a tribute to the early days.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, during your performance today, you played an unreleased song called The Driver, correct?
Exactly.
Well, I thought that was really great. Why did you guys decide to play that today?
We put this song in the tour set list, so it's we got used to play it in the middle of the other songs, and also every time you have a new song to play, it's exciting and stuff like that. So playing both the new single and the new song makes it more exciting also for us, and it's just something fun to do.
Yeah, I actually saw you guys in New York City last December, and you performed a couple songs from Rush a month before it came out, and it was definitely a memorable experience. And once I hear the studio version, I heard that one before.
Exactly.
That made me very excited. Speaking of Rush and some songs on that album, The Loneliest, the music video, you guys just won for the best rock category for the VMAs the other day. How does it feel to be the winner?
Crazy. It's like a really big accomplishment, of course, especially being in this category of like rock and being among these iconic and legendary rock bands that we grew up listening to, and having the chance like to be among them and even win. It's crazy. So we're really grateful.
That's fantastic. That music video made me cry multiple times, which means
Wow.
that it was done well.
That's the purpose.
It was a great cry. What was it like working on that music video? What was the creative process behind that?
The video actually came from our idea that then we shared with the director.
Thomas
and-
Odamano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. and he worked on it, and of course made it more cinematic and more
Wet.
huh
Made it more wet.
Made it
yeah
look
also made it wet. And like shooting the video was actually a struggle because it was autumn, and we were like super wet all the time, so it was very very cold. All the video was very very tiring to do, but at the end beautiful things require a little bit of effort. Yeah,
But over
requires suffering.
the
So
extras, there were some ladies
Oh my
that were like
God.
in their 80s, and we had to shoot like 12 hours. So in the cold.
Discuss some things that we have found from the beautiful website known as Reddit. And as a little disclaimer, these are not our personal life experiences, but just a couple of those that were posted on Reddit looking for some life advice. So let's see if we can help people out. Hopefully they're listening, tuning in. So this first one, should I break up with my significant other? Yes. I, a 17-year-old female, love my boyfriend, who is a 17-year-old male, a lot, but I'm not necessarily happy in our relationship. I don't think I'm unhappy, but I know I'm not as happy as I used to be. He treats me very nicely, and I know he's a good guy. Thing is, we are both very busy with schoolwork, applying to colleges, etc. Because of this, we don't talk as much, and we used to, as much as we used to. And I decided that I try much harder to spend time with him than he does. I know he doesn't try to be mean or hurt me on purpose, but still, sometimes I feel like I deserve someone who will put in more time and effort into me in our relationship. School is obviously a first priority for both of us, but I've noticed I rearrange my schedule just so I can fit his. For context, my schedule is a lot busier. And yeah, so my schedule is a lot busier. We talk maybe for an hour and a half and half a day now, but I'm just kind of tired because I just miss him a lot. But I was still trying to see him, and it's taking a toll on me. I know he loves me, but it's still very frustrating. I know it will only get worse as we are seniors and not planning to go to the same colleges. I'm sure if I take a break from this relationship for many reasons, I'm worried I won't find someone as good as him again. I know I am young and still in high school, but because this is the first healthy relationship I've been in, I'm worried if I leave him for something silly like not being 100% happy or feeling like I don't put in enough time, I will regret it for the rest of my life and either end up with someone I don't love or just never find a better mesh for me and in general. I don't know what to do. This is definitely all over the place, and I didn't give all the context. But if somebody could please give me advice on this, I'd really appreciate it. Time for the morning buzz to come to the
That's what you
rescue.
do.
Relationship advice.
Okay. All right. Listen here, sit down.
You're
You're 17. Can we all just agree? They're 17.
True.
They're going into their senior year of high school.
Mhm.
So your emotions are valid,
Mhm.
but this is your first, like you say, healthy relationship. If you want to keep it going, talk it out. This is definitely something you should talk out. You're not seeing each other more, and it seems like you're putting in more work than he is. 95% of the time, he just doesn't. Because that's just me in my room. Like
No,
I'm
that's-
95% of the time, I don't know. But that could be not the case. So just talk it out.
Sure.
But you are gonna go to separate colleges. They're gonna be long distance, and
That gets hard.
that
does,
gets
that
very
does,
hard.
it does, it does.
100%. So just talk it out.
And
That's how it
yeah,
goes.
like you said, Alex, both of these people, not only the poster, they have a lifetime ahead of them.
Yeah.
You know,
Remember
never know.
before we're 17. What were you doing?
I was
I was
17
during the
last
pandemic. I was during the pandemic. I turned 17.
Me too.
Yeah. So
I don't know. And
Yeah.
frankly, I feel like not being 100% happy in a relationship is a perfectly good reason to leave a relationship. I mean,
Mhm.
maybe it sounds silly to say it out loud, but if you aren't happy, you aren't happy. And you don't need anything else to justify that. You don't need to stay in a relationship just because it might get better.
Mhm.
of course, talking to somebody and talking it out is always the first step. But if you're not happy, you're not happy, and you're 17, and you deserve to live a happy life and go to college and not feel stressed out. That's just what I think.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a valid one. It goes back to the same idea. Like especially the age of 17, very, very tumultuous time for people growing up, entering, almost leaving adolescence, entering adulthood. For in this poster's case, applying to colleges, seeking higher education is a process in that. And sometimes it takes a lot of time. It could be very strenuous. And a relationship that doesn't really serve people in it on top of all that at age 17, it could be a lot. But like you said, I'm thinking about my listening class right now. I'm taking a listening class, CMST communication class. This is it ties into what we're talking about there, because at the heart of it, it kind of says, like, if we don't feel listened to, if we don't talk to others, we don't have like applicable listeners to hear us, we kind of just turn inwards. And that could just opens the door for insecurity and loneliness, right? And those aren't really, those are not very good emotions. Those are negative emotions. But in this case, it's a very complicated, like a lot of things going on, a lot of negative emotions could be arising. But I think, just talking about them, I would feel a lot better if I was in this position and I just talk with somebody about it who is a really good listener, because that's really, if you're talking to somebody who doesn't care about your input, doesn't really listen well, what's the point of saying anything to them, right? You're not going to get anything out of them helpful. So I think that really ties into just talking with them and really making sure, like, yeah, you might be feeling this way now, but doesn't mean it's gonna last your whole lifetime when you're 17 years old, like you were saying before, right? So
It's also okay to just let things go for a little
Yeah,
bit. And
yeah.
I feel if you have the stress of trying to keep the relationship together, you should already be questioning, like, is that really good for myself? If I question the whole things together, is it really gonna like stay like that? Is the stress of being with this person gonna overwhelm like more long-term things such as college, seeking higher education, what you're gonna do for your future? It's okay to like let go of someone, even if they're a nice person, just for the sake of just making sure that everything is okay with you. So as long as you talk them out and you display that message clearly, then I feel like you don't need to be in a relationship to just be happy with said person. I feel like you could just talk it out, make sure everything's okay. And as long as that stress and stuff is alleviated from your head, whether you stay together or you end up like walking away, it's okay. And also, yeah, everyone here said it. You're only 17. You already have, like, college ahead of you. You have your whole life ahead of you.
Gee, Joey, are you a psychology major?
Because
that sounded pretty good.
I have a lot of friends that talk to me about relationship advice, despite the fact that I'm not the person who goes into relationships. That's weird though. Like, the people who don't go into relationships tend to give out the most relationship advice. That means a lot. So I'm just seeing all this. I'm like, huh, I know what to say.
No, that's really great insight from you. Yeah, no, it really makes a lot of
Aiden,
sense.
I just want to tell you, I hear you.
Thank you, Alex. I heard your voice too.
Thank you.
It was very good. That
I
brightened
heard
my
you-
day.
I heard
Brightened
you
my
being
day.
the host.
Yeah, it just goes back to the idea.
Yeah.
Having people who we can have listen to us and listen to if they want to talk to us, just making sure we're there for them, right? That's really what it comes down to. And hopefully in both these people's lives, they get this sorted out so they can alleviate these negative emotions that are boiling up and really possibly creating more problems for them, but hopefully they can be fixed. And Riley, can you please take us